Hey, Boyd Team family, happy fall. It's hard to believe the school is back in session for everybody. I wanted to come today real quick. Initially, I was going to talk a lot about the recent changes with NAR that's affecting the real estate community, but ultimately, it really hasn't been a big change for us in Greenville. Buyers are still buying homes, sellers are still selling homes. Everybody is working with their agents, sellers are still paying commissions. Not a lot has changed overall. And so, as usual, the media blew something up to be really, really big. And ultimately, in our market, it didn't really change too much at all. We're still having very similar conversations. I think it's all very transparent, very good. And people are learning a little bit, but overall, it's been very much the same. But as we head into fall, I did want to update you guys quickly on where the market is because there have been a lot of great conversations over the past couple of months. Number one, on mortgage rates, and number two, on the inventory in our area, because those are two things that have been changing a lot over the course of the last little bit. So mortgage rates, we got up to almost 8% for part of the year earlier in the spring. And we have seen those rates over the past month have been coming down over 0.5% for a lot of people. And so right now, mortgage rates on a conventional loan, you can probably get something between 6 and 6.5% on most conventional loans. On the FHA side, the government loans, VA, those we're seeing people get into the low to mid 5% range. And so that is a huge change from what we saw earlier in the year. Each time that the rates come down about 0.5%, that's about $200 more per month that somebody has to spend for the average buyer in Greenville. And so if you're buying a house and you have $200 less on your mortgage payment because the rate goes down 0.5%, that's a big deal. And so that is pushing more buyers back into the market right now. Some other quick notes, with the Fed meeting later next week, so meeting on the 17th and 18th, they're probably going to be dropping the Fed rate at least at 0.25%. There's a possibility they may drop it 0.5%. I think if they do drop it 0.5%, we may see mortgage rates come down a little bit further than what they've come down already. And so the Fed does have two more meetings throughout the year. They've got one in the beginning of November and then one in the middle of December. And so we'll have to see what happens in those. If the Fed continues to drop rates, we'll continue to see mortgage rates come down a little bit more after that. So looking into the other stats in the market, we are seeing inventory rise. We hit a low point of under 2,000 homes on the market back in 2021, 2022. And since that time, we have seen the inventory rise. And so right now where we sit is a little bit over 4,500 homes on the market. To put that in perspective though, while that is 40% higher than it was this time last year, it is right in line with where we were pre-pandemic. And so somewhere around that 4,500 homes on the market is probably where we should be. And we're sitting in just a really good market. In order for us to be in anything that looked like a seller's market, that would look like a buyer's market, we would have to have over 7,000 houses on the market. And that's something that hasn't happened since really 2011 or so. And so we're not at any point looking like we're getting close to anything that looks like a buyer's market. It's still very much a seller's market. About 3.5 months of inventory. It's got to be over 6 months of inventory for us to be considering that a buyer's market. So this market that we're looking at right now is very similar to what you would have seen in 2020, 2019, 2018, and those were great real estate markets for us here in the upstate. A couple of other things that we're seeing is that days on market is about the same as it was last year. We're sitting right about 41 days on market. It's actually equal with what it was this time last year, so very similar with that. And something kind of interesting, we are sitting right at $400,000 as the average price in Greenville. So the average price in Greenville for a house is right at $400,000. The median price is in the $330,000, $340,000 range, but that average price sitting right at $400,000. So as rates continue to fall, like we've talked about with the Fed, we do anticipate more buyers jumping back into the market. And so that probably means a very busy fall and a very busy spring first quarter of next year. So if you're considering doing something in the market, now would be a good time to get in before it gets too busy, because if rates do go down, we start seeing mid 5s, low 5s, anybody starts getting a 4% in there, you're going to see a lot of buyers jump back in, and we'll probably see more multiple offers at that point. So give us a call. We'd love to talk strategy, what's going to work best for your situation. But also be checking your mailboxes because we do have our pumpkin patch coming up October the 4th. And we'll be out there that evening just like we are every year, having a good time, picking out your pumpkins, doing all the different activities, barbecue, all the things you've come to expect. And so we do expect a large turnout for that. And so we're looking forward to seeing all of you guys again. If you need anything, reach out and give us a call. Otherwise, I will see you guys at the pumpkin patch.